Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. A while back I picked up what was left of this 1970 Chevy C10 long bed because I had big plans for it. You know, I was going to keep the cab, put it on one of my project trucks and sell everything else off, so I pretty much owned it for free. Well, things have changed and it's not my indecision, here, I'll show you, it's an intervention by the city because I have too much junk on my property, you know. It's a Karen complaining in the neighborhood and now I got to deal with it. So I don't know, we're going to go a different route. And I'm just going to file this in file cabinet C with all the other unresolved complaints. So initially I told you guys my plan was to keep the cab and put it on one of my short bed projects, but I've really been accumulating a bunch of stuff lately, and I promised my wife I'd start to clean things up, and then the complaint happened, so you know, now we have to fast forward. Well, I went through and listed this cab for sale since it does have a title and it's complete, and I didn't think it would be very hard to sell, but it's been listed for almost a month now, and I've had a lot of bites, but nobody's come to pick it up. So I've decided to go through and part it out because I've had a lot of requests for the interior parts, so I can probably double what I was going to get just out of the cab. So we're going to go that route. I'm going to show you guys how to part one of these out and kind of what prices the interior parts are worth. That way you kind of have a baseline for yourself. So we're going to go through and do that, and hopefully I can appease the Karens and get this out of here sooner. So I'm sure when the Karens drive through the neighborhood, they just see junk, but I see $20 bills all over the place. So, you know, if I go through and pull the mirrors, pull the wing windows, pull the booster, pull the steering column, the windshield, it's got a rear sliding glass, so that's definitely worth money to somebody. I've got the seat, I've got the cluster, I've got the glove box, I've got the ashtray, I've got the heater controls, the inside heater box, the seat belt, the emergency brake pedal, the kick panel vents. I mean, just a lot of stuff worth a lot of money. Visors, rear view mirror, all these things just add up. Are you for sale? Okay, good, I want to keep you. So the majority of these old C10s you can take apart with a 1/2, a 9/16 or a 5/8 inch socket. So I'm gonna start blasting this one apart. Once I get a few things off of it, I'll kind of let you guys know what's valuable or what I'd price things at and what just to throw away. So like I said, there's like $20, $15, $20 bills all over the place when it comes to parting one of these trucks out. So I take everything, you know, anything that I think I can resell, such as the accelerator pedal and rods and brackets. You know, all this is worth something to somebody, so can't sell it as a whole. Here she comes apart. So I've got the booster off. I'm working on the column. Most of it's disconnected from the outside. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pull the factory harness out because I like keeping these, you know, just in case I ever need to splice in something. I like having original wire, and I also use it just kind of as a reference or a blueprint in case I buy one that's fried. I can just kind of peek back at one of these and see how to do it. That's pretty awesome. All right, so I've moved into the interior and it's about 125 degrees in here. It's only 100 outside today, but things we're looking to save or resell is going to be the cluster, the automatic steering column, the visors, the rear view mirror, the emergency brake pedal, the brake pedal, the interior heater box, all the heater controls. This is a seat out of an OBS, and it's got one of these saddle blankets, but it is toast. It is gross. So we'll sell the seat, the rear sliding window. I don't know about the glove box door. I may leave that for the next fella because it's still got the spit on it, and I hate to take those away for the next guy because that's kind of a neat piece to keep. But I'm gonna go in here and start sweating my tail off and see how far we can get in the next couple hours because it's just getting hotter. Yay. Well, that took about 14 seconds before I started spewing blood everywhere. It just, yep, sharp. Hope there's not a hantavirus in here, so yay. Oh my gosh, it's 6,000 degrees. This is really a good time. These columns are really held in, which is good, I guess, because if you rear-ended somebody, you don't want it to like come loose and just crush your chest and kill you, but it's just a lot of work on the backside. What a good time. Hi. Need 4 sets of hands. Don't have them. All right. All right, so we got the driver's side pretty much all cleared out, and I like pulling down that sound deadening stuff. That way the next buyer, when I take photographs, can see that there's no rust in here. It's kind of a mess over here, but we'll move on to the driver's side next. So I know there's probably quite a few of you mad at me for parting this decent cab out, which it's good, but I'm in a time crunch. I got literally 12 days to get this sold. And if I didn't sell it in the first 30 days as a whole cab, I doubt I'm gonna get it sold, you know, in the next 12. So I'm just gonna part it out, get a great price on the cab stripped down with the title, and you know, I think I'll do all right if I don't have a heart attack. Wow, that's in there tight. So in the ashtray, I found a receipt for a bank. And the last time it was in September 2nd of 2013. So this has been sitting a while. So when it comes to these seats, these OBS seats will fit in these 67 to 72s pretty good. They line up on the front bolt hole, but you have to drill a couple into the back. But it's kind of nice because with the OBS you get the tilt seat kind of like you got in the 67 to 68s. So that way if you got speakers back there, or if you need to ever change the sending unit, it's pretty easy to get to. So let's pull this out. Oh, yeah. Nice. So it's, it's like 3rd degree burns there. Man, that was hot. Dang it. So I got the back window out. It's time to go through and pull the windshield. This looks pretty good, other than it's got one little chip in it. But this should be plenty good for somebody for a daily. So hopefully we get this out without breaking it. The way I do this is I just go through and cut the weather stripping on the outside and then push it out from the inside. I've got a full video on how to remove one of these windshields. Put a link down in the description below, and then I'll do a box thing right here that'll pop up, and you can see how to do it the right way. Might need the wife to help me on this one. It's hot. Yeah, black shirts, black trucks, wonderful days around here. So what do you guys think, you know? You just can't do anything fun anymore with all the complainers in the neighborhood. So my understanding is somebody didn't like my truck parts in my inoperable vehicles, but how do they know what's inoperable and what's not? So somebody got complained on by the city, I understand, about having a wrecked car in their driveway for too long. So what did that person do instead of do the right thing and just take care of your wrecked car that's in the driveway? They drove around the neighborhood and complained on myself and another neighbor around the corner. And they don't even come down our streets. So it's kind of funny. My trucks are not bothering anybody except for somebody that doesn't even come down my street. Go figure. So my advice, don't be a Karen. Just, if you get in trouble, just live up to it and fix it. Like me, I'm in trouble, so I gotta fix it, but you ain't gonna see me going out and narking all my neighbors out, because that's a bunch of malarkey. So anywho, I'm gonna keep cutting this out and sweat. So my first thought when I got the complaint was, this lady right here might have complained on my trucks and truck parts, but I'll give it to her. It wasn't, even though you wanted to, right?
How do you know it wasn't me? I'm just saying.
Well, I sure thought I had that loose. Snuggle time in the truck. You can just kind of tip it forward. There you go. All right, can you hop out? I'm not sure my jumping skills are the best. That wasn't bad. Oh, a little rusty. It's patina. Thanks. So when I'm tearing one of these apart, I also grab a box of Ziplocs and Post-it notes and just write down what the heck screws I got. That way I can use them for later projects. I mean, truly, there's not much that I throw away to these old trucks. All right, so we got everything cleaned up and back windows out, very minimal rust. There's a little bit of rust up in the corner of the windshield, but that's pretty normal. Nothing, no rust through, so that's good. No rust through the front firewall, so all in all, other than just needing some rockers and maybe some corners and a couple patches in the floor, this is a pretty good cab. I'm gonna wash it up one time, photograph it, get it relisted. Sell, sell, sell. So I've got the cab pulled apart about as far as I'm going to. I decided just to leave the doors on it. Just looks much better sitting on the trailer that way. But I wanted to sell it as quick as I could, but that didn't happen. So now I've got all these smalls, and I think I'm gonna come out way ahead that way. But a couple heat strokes later, and I don't know where to put all this junk, but we did pretty good. I mean, I've got the rear slider I can get 150 for, probably 50, 75 for the windshield, 100 bucks for a seat, I don't know, 20, 40 bucks for the gas tank. Got the wiper motor, the visors, and rear view mirror I can probably get 75 for. The booster, the emergency brake, the brake assembly, you know, 50, 75 bucks all over the place with this stuff. So it was a lot of work. It was worth it. I think I can get this cab sold in a couple days. So I'm gonna start picking this up before it gets dark, and we'll see you in a minute. Well, that's gonna do it for another episode of Don't Be a Karen. You know, a lot of hard work today. I about died it a couple times, I think, in the heat. I had to actually go in twice and sit in front of the fan, but you know, it was worth it, I guess. You know, if I make an extra 500 bucks, then yippee. The goal is just to get this off of my trailer so I can go buy more junk, truly, but it all worked out. Well, if you guys haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out my other 67 to 72 videos. And if you've got a neighbor that's got junk in their yard and it's bothering you, maybe go talk to them first before you go to the city. It's more neighborly. Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.